Of the people from this is the evening rush. Undoubtedly, perhaps arguably, if you would like, on your keypad, you can argue it. Where Nigeria's finest conversation takes place every evening. Here, we dissect topical conversations that mix around, especially as they affect you. All right, starting up with the hot topic this evening: Ekpa's arrest, step towards extradition to Nigeria. Defense Chief General Musa said so. As some Southeasterners heave a sigh of relief that peace may be restored to the southeast. But let's move on to other issues. Finland court remands Simon Ekpa in prison for inciting terror. That's one day for inside the news, so we heard. All right, so we'll move on to other issues very quickly. A 6-year single-term proposal for president governors fail in reps. 6-year single-term proposal for president governors fail in reps. What on a film now? Barrister Darlington would hear this. Okay, the Reverend will hear this. All right, moving on to other issues. Reps move to stop harvesting commercialization of human eggs in Nigeria. Reps move to stop harvesting commercialization of human eggs in Nigeria. Makozuko, because before you start marrying your brother. Okay, we'll scrutinize tax reform bills. Be on Nigerians' side. National Assembly is assuring you people. Don't worry. We're not rubber stamp. We'll touchlight it very well. I will be on your side. How Tinubu caused crisis in PDP. Showumi says so. And then allegations of fraud, diversion against Okowa, politically orchestrated. Aniagbo said so. And then NAFDAC uncovers 2 billion naira fake alcohol packaging centers in Lagos. Lagos is the hot topics that we have. Let's take a quick break. I will return and begin to dissect these and other issues after the break. Stay with us.
In the street, we go to bed empty hunger.
To the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lawn.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and pressure for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills 3 things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
The Evening Rush with Pressures, featuring sound and informed guests across various sectors to discuss matters arising on Hot Topic Party.
What was the rate of inflation, and Demi, what was the exchange rate?
Intense conversations, critical analysis.
What is wrong with us 200 million people? We can't even give ourselves.
We sometimes disagree.
When we say our GDP is not an oil dominated.
To agree.
Like what's going on here?
You caught that again, right?
I saw that.
On Hot Topic Pali, Monday to Friday, 6:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. 90.3. Voice of the People FM. Lagos. Now you have a voice. The Evening Rush with Pressures. The Evening Rush with Pressures.
Somebody is going to be in a hot soup. I was thinking that they would say 35 state governors, with the exception of Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State. But immediately they said 36. That means Sanwo-Olu equally was included in this matter. I felt they don't cause problem for this man. Oh. Immediately, I heard that somebody went to court in Abuja and said that EFCs must not probe him when he leave office. Then there was a counter denial that no, even if somebody went to court, we don't know who went to court to this and that. Are you getting where I'm going to?
Yes, I am. I'm following
then
you.
immediately, we now started hearing that somebody is going to replace somebody after 2027. Just look at the trajectory. Oh. For someone to oppose what Tinubu proposed, that means there's a problem.
You think that is it?
I said there is a problem somewhere. Don't run away from it. Because the last time I checked, it is a Sanwo-Olu who will leave Lagos to go and wait for Tinubu in Abuja when he's coming back from a foreign trip. That is, the loyalty was unprecedented in the history of the governance of Lagos State. So when these things are happening, it means that somehow, somebody is falling out of favor. And they must look for another trusted person to take over. By the way, when they were packaging this young man, he was following him all over, going to fake executive meeting and all that. What do you think? He was learning the rope. He was learning the rope. I told you that he's been packaged for something. And that place is Lagos. Listen very well, all these appointments that they are distributing exclusively for the people of Lagos and Southwest, what do you think it is for? It's for nothing, Abi. So that by the time the anointed son will be introduced, everybody say, "You are welcome, Your Majesty."
But this is your personal opinion.
Yes, it is. It is. But watch out now. Watch out. They cannot do all these things for nothing. The boy have even started distributing largesse all over the place, 500 million naira, whatever. What is he doing all those things for? It's for nothing, Abi. It's for nothing. The father is teaching him how to do politics, and he's bringing it to Lagos.
Is there anything wrong with learning?
A lot is very, very wrong, because our politics, the last time I checked, is not hereditary. It is not hereditary pressure.
I wanted to ask if it wasn't sexually transmitted, but I remember that one is different from hereditary.
It is left for those who are supporting this thing.
Sometimes I forget what I was talking.
Whether it is or not, the fact remains that something is going to happen. Maybe by that time, those who are supporting this thing, they will be too choked up to talk.
Okay.
Right. It's better, I've always told you, it's better to pursue the black sheep in the daytime before it begins nightfall. The appointment of MC Oluomo as the national president of road transport workers, you think it's for nothing, Abi? Even against court order. Now, the people in this area, they will keep quiet, they will not talk, until they have finished the groundwork, and then one day they'll just say, yes, he's unopposed. They will now wake up by force.
All right, Lagos, let's run you through the hot topics that we have this evening. Started with update on the Simon Ekpa's case, but let's get straight to what the Nigerian government has to say about this. As the Chief of Defense Staff, CDS General Chris Musa, has expressed hopes that the arrest of Simon Ekpa, the self-proclaimed Prime Minister of Biafra Republic government in exile, which he denied today, is a step towards his extradition, as some will call it, to Nigeria. Now, this was disclosed in a statement by the Director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Tukur Gusau. Now, the CDS hailed Ekpa's arrest by Finnish authorities, according to the statement. Quoting now, it says CDS is happy with his, that is bracket Ekpa, arrest in Finland, with the hope this will be a step towards his extradition to Nigeria so that he will face justice, the statement said. Now, it's recalled that Simon Ekpa was arrested earlier today on offences bordering on for offences bordering on terror. Incitement of terror. But Barrister Darlington, what is most interesting about this case is that the court alleged that the offense that they are arresting him for dates back to August 23, 2021, long. It's not even that it is now that he committed the offense. 2021. You recall that he was arrested in February 27, 2023, but they said that they arrested him and they not left him back again because they realized that, there was no much evidence against him. The head of the Investigation Crime Commissioner, Otto Hiltonen of the Central Criminal Police, stated that the police suspect that the man has promoted his efforts from Finland with means that have led to violence against civilians and authorities, as well as other crimes in the region of southeast Nigeria.
Good.
The man has carried out his activity, among other things, on his social media channels. That is
Yes.
And that Ekpa takes responsibility for enforcing the sit at home, destroying shops, vehicles, burning cars, and all that. So, what does this mean to the Southeast?
Yes, we have been vindicated, the precious. We have been vindicated. Some of us who oppose what Simon Ekpa was doing or is still doing, we have been vindicated. And I thank God this didn't happen, because when we are saying it, some ignorant folks did not understand what we are saying. You cannot tell me that you are fighting for me, you are protecting my interests, and then my family members are dying under your watch. No functional police station in the whole of Imo State today. All of them have closed down. Their officers and men dispatched to we only have them at Owerri headquarters and that of Umuahia. That is where they scattered to. The ones living in my house, I've told you, that's where they ran to. I spoke with one of them yesterday when he was narrating the ordeal and all that. No function, even the court have closed down. All because one man. Is that how to fight for Biafra? Precious.
Sir?
The British government or UK, they left the European Union just 2 or 3 years ago. Quietly. Don't go were fired. And that is what IPOB stands for. Self-determination. Referendum. Are you going to kill all of us before you are actualize Biafra? Let us, it is the rat at home that told the rat outside that there is fish somewhere.
But Barrister Darlington, these people are claiming that there is just an act of civil disobedience because they refuse to release their leader, Nnamdi Kanu.
No, that's not civil disobedience. Let them go and study how Mahatma Gandhi did it in India. The Satyagara, that's what you call it, Satyagara. That's not how it was done in India. That's not. We copied the wrong thing. He should have gone to India to take some lectures and then come back with it. There is a way you will actualize this without one person dying, one single person dying. But here you are claiming that yes, you are responsible for what's going. Do you know what it means to have a man not to go for his business on a Monday morning? The billions of naira that have been lost in the Southeast over the years, and you are still happy beating your chest. Unknown to this man, he didn't know that he was being monitored. That is how this
since 2021.
Yeah, that is how a real intelligent agency work. Look at how they followed him until they have gotten enough evidence. That time they released him. That was when he now went out and started doing his thing. He didn't know that they have placed a tab on him. He thought that by releasing him, they are giving him a free ticket to do whatever he's doing. It was that time he started posting everything and boasting that yes, he didn't know that it was a way to get him, to rope him in. If you had sense, he would have said, now that these people have arrested me, I better be careful. But he went overboard. Thinking that being a Finnish citizen, it will exonerate him. Thinking that being a politician in Finland, it will exonerate him. No. That is why their society is clean. They don't tolerate all this rubbish. So those of you who were talking to us anyhow, I don't know what you are going to do now. More so, when Simon Ekpa, the so-called great Simon Ekpa, denounced that he was never a prime minister in exile. Precious.
Sir?
You can see now. When we are telling you that we know the real Igbo sons and daughters, we know them.
Some of Simon's supporters, Barrister, is saying that he's not arrested, that it's just a propaganda. They are sharing some voice recording of him saying that. But what we do not know is if that recording is recent or an old recording.
Please, we are past propaganda stage now. Look, we are was he arrested? Was he shown all over the world? Was he remanded in prison by the court? Let them continue what they are doing. And when the chiefs are done, we know the true Igbo sons and those who were brought into Igbo land to destroy us. Because that's where it's going. Precious, sir? If you are pursuing a good cause as an Igbo man, my dear, nobody can dissuade you. Ojukwu said it. Even when he said he will never obey his junior, after proposing what will save Nigeria from that war, they refused. Ojukwu said on Aburi and stand. He didn't go back. Nnamdi Kanu had been very insistent on referendum and what's it called, and self-determination. His matter has gone up to the United Nations. So why would this one now carry violence and bring it to Igbo land? Are we a violent people?
Are you talking about this violence because he's taking responsibility of some of the, disaster and violence that happened in Southeast, or is it because do you think that he has anything to do with the unknown gunmen, unquote, that's operating in the Southeast?
He has claimed responsibility for most of the violent criminal activities in the Southeast. He said it himself. It's not as if somebody is accusing him. The question is, how does that benefit the Igbo man he said he's protecting? He has not explained to me and his supporters. That is where the problem is. Pressure, there are some local government in the South, especially in Igbo, you can't find any young man.
Barrister, where exactly is Ekpa from?
Nobody knows, though. Sincerely speaking, I don't know.
What state in the Southeast?
I said I don't know. I can't identify him. Just like some people in Nigeria, we don't know where they came from. We don't know where.
Are there people in this country that don't know where they come from?
We're not. Yeah, what are you saying? People who Obi asked somebody to tell us who he is. Did that person?
Okay, so Barrister Darlington, why you're towing towards that direction? Lieutenant Colonel Musa, I beg your pardon, the Chief of Defense Staff had also said it. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Musa, had also said it before that, that there are ways to getting the oxygen or handling the oxygen of terrorism. That's what he called it. I want us to take a listen to that thing he said and tell us how this arrest of Simon Ekpa, and based on what he had posited before, would likely bring peace back to the Southeast. Because the most important thing here is how the people of the Southeast can now have peace and go about their activities peacefully. Take a listen, Lagos.
We have repeatedly complained about the issue of Simon Ekpa. He is in Finland. The Finnish government are giving him all the support, and he's doing what he's doing. Comments he's making. People are being killed, and nothing is being done. And this is democracy. If the European Union is the one supporting democracy, and this is happening and they're not taking action, then they don't mean well for Nigeria. We have said that in clear terms. We need to diplomatically find means of getting him out of whatever it is that he's doing. He must be arrested, he must be prosecuted. Look at it from the other way. Assuming he is in Nigeria and he's doing that to the Finnish government, you think the European Union will allow that happen? They definitely will not. So why are they allowing him to do what he's doing? And people like him that are doing such things. Trailing the funds is very critical. I know a lot of the First Central Bank, the NFIU, are doing a lot in tracking down how the funds flow. And this is part of what we call the oxygen of terrorism. It's logistic, leadership, and funding. Your ability to be able to tackle those things and trail them and deny them the ability to operate will kill terrorism with good governance. Now, you can see the statistics that came in. Political will. And political will is not from federal government alone. The states.
So, Barrister Darlington, from what he said, speaking about the oxygen, what he termed oxygen of terrorism, he mentioned leadership, logistics, and funding. So, how come the federal government itself and the Chief of Defense Staff that he is, how do you think they would also be able to use the same mechanism to also capture and bring to an end to other terrorist operators in Nigeria, the bandits, the Lukarawas, the Boko Harams, and all the rest of them?
Now, Precious.
Sir?
There is a proverb in my you know what he said? He said, the kite is always coming down to carry chicken. Now, they said, when you drive away the kite that is hovering in the air, you now call the chicken, why did you stray in the open? and became a prey to the kite. Now we have denounced Simon Ekpa totally. It is now clear to everybody that
when you say we, you mean the Igbos?
Igbos, yes, the Igbos, yes. It is not clear to everybody that we don't support evil. I told you that killing in Igbo land is an abomination. In the days of Yo, if you kill your kinsman in Igbo land, you will be banished. You will be banished. That's what is that. In fact, that's the final judgment. No court will interfere. You'll be. That's how serious it is. So how come all of a sudden we have been shouting from the rooftop? When did Igbo become a murderers? Nobody listen to us. Now, let this Simon Ekpa case be resolved, and then we'll now face the federal government and ask them, it's true, oh yes, Simon Ekpa, he claimed to be an Igbo. Now you can see we are not in his support, we are not behind him. Now you have brought him home, or you are prosecuting him. Then tell us, who are the people now causing problem in the southeast? No, if this killing continue now, is anybody going to call Nnamdi Kanu or IPOB again?
Unknown government.
Unknown government. So they would not be the one to tell us who is now on the unknown government. So because this is that this man said now, Precious, please record it, keep it, because we are going to take him on. Let him also use the same mechanism, and then bring to book all these other terrorist groups that are in the north. All the sponsors of terrorism that they gave them their list.
Because what is 400 names from 400 names,
yes, because what is good for the gander, what is good for the goose is good for the gander too. Is that not true? You cannot tell me now that it is only the south that you have a terrorist, but in the north they are all saints. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So now that it's clear to everybody that the Igbo don't support terrorism, it's not in our character, it's not in our blood. Now, if this thing continue with the detention of Simon Ekpa, I want to know that person that the federal government is going to appoint at again, because they've been using him to do what they are doing in the southeast. We will not know who is doing that.
Barrister Darlington, now that you mentioned this thing, you remember there is a certain senator, a sitting senator, who had said that, in fact, he has a CCTV footage in his house, and he alleged that a certain security agents were the people who came to his house, destroyed his and burnt his property.
His cars, yes.
Yes.
That's Ugochi. We are aware. And even
House of Remands.
Yes, he identified those people as working with Hope Uzodinma in government. He mentioned
and nothing has been done about that.
I said, wait a minute, don't worry.
So Barrister Darlington, if that is the case, do we still say that Simon Ekpa is responsible for the unknown gunmen in the southeast?
Don't talk too much. Wait. Everything is Simon Ekpa. We have agreed. He is the devil here. He is the culprit here. We have said yes. We want what we like what has happened. Then after that, let us see those people that will enter Igbo land and start killing us again. We not say, oh, federal government, is that so? Because let me say it here. If the federal government does not tidy up this thing and remove all these terrorists in the southeast that they claim is Simon Ekpa, look, another Simon Ekpa may arise. That is our fear here. So if they want this thing to end, let them go to the south, remove all those terrorists in the southeast, from unknown government or to killer herdsmen or to bandits. If they don't remove them, another Simon Ekpa, in fact there may be 20 number. That is what we are saying now, so that nobody will come tomorrow and start saying, you can see now, they have removed Simon Ekpa, yes, they are still fine, that means it's Igbo. We will not entertain that propaganda again. And why they are doing that, let them face the people in the north. Those terrorists in the north, in fact, those who brought those terrorists in the north, precious. In the case of Simon Ekpa, he sponsored himself to Finland and was operating there. But these other people who willingly, deliberately, consciously, went to the outside the country here and brought all terrorists into this country. What is the Minister of Defense saying about them? Or is he not aware? I'm talking of those who came out in the camera and were beating their chests. Yeah, we invited them. What are they? It is that time that they will cause problem in this country. It is that time that this thing now will blow open. Yes, you cannot continue to hide under one particular ethnic group while you are perpetrating evil. Will not take it.
So, Barrister, now that Ekpa has been arrested, does this kind of does it seem like a kind of will it now they cannot be even released? Is there any light? Is there going to be a light at the end of the tunnel?
Why not? What did
and does it look like Kanu somehow has been exonerated? Because a lot of fingers have been pointed at him, as the cause of the insecurity in
I
the
said the propaganda against Nnamdi Kanu has been brought to rest now with the arrest of Simon Ekpa. Because from day one, Nnamdi Kanu have denounced him. He has made a broadcast. He has written letter. Their spokesperson in Mapafu have nobody identified with the Simon Ekpa in Igbo land.
All right, but
the people that you are claiming that they are supporters, they may be outside Igbo land though. They cannot. No true son of Igbo land will support the killing of Igbos. For what? Don't tell me what. What are you getting to from it?
All right, President, we need to move to other conversations very quickly because we have quite.
So now that the minister is speaking, please, anything you see the same effort.
He's not minister, he's chief of defense.
Please use the same effort. There are people who are even occupying the ancestral home of Nigerians. Who are they? Where did they come from? These things are issues now. So you cannot tell me that it's one part. No, the real people that are go after them too. All the terrorists in the north, please bring them to book. If you don't do that, then you are complicit.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Do you know that a bill seeking to reduce the tenure of the president and governors to a single tenure of 6 years has been rejected in the House of Representatives today? The bill sponsored by, it was sponsored by Ikenga Gochinyere and 33 other lawmakers, was debated on Thursday today before the House, and the now rejected constitution alteration bill sought to amend 1999 constitution to reduce the tenure of lawmakers and also seek the zonal rotation of presidential and governorship seats, as well as holding of the elections in one day. The amendments to the bill is proposing to seek ensure inclusive governance and the curb wastages occasioned by 4-year periodics, and that's instead of having a 4 years election, let a president just come for 6 years, a single 6-year tenure. You recall that the same bill was introduced under President Jonathan Barrister Darlington, and it was thrown out of the House during President Jonathan's term. And at the same time, it has been thrown out of the House because this was looking like, will I say, hope for the present administration, whereby he would do a 4-year tenure and go ahead and do a 6-year tenure, making it 11 years or thereabout. That was what some people had said before.
Now, do you know the real reason the ground norm of any country is made? That's when you are constructing your constitution. It's a construction. It is your experience and your peculiarity. Those things that are very, very important to your life, where you're coming from. That is what will be included in that constitution to make for stability and good governance. But in Nigeria, we didn't take care of all these things. That's why that constitution has been a problem. In fact, it was one man called Awalu Yadudu. He's the one that gave us that constitution under Abacha. That they've been packaging and packaging. That
was during the military.
Yeah, military, yes. So if we don't do away with it completely, we are not going nowhere.
Oh, it was amended in a hurry.
Yes.
When President Obasanjo was coming in.
Yes. I said if we don't do away with it, we are wasting our time. It cannot work because the main amendment have not been done, and people are afraid of doing that.
Barrister, this is where the confab comes in.
What did we achieve from it? Nothing. Because there are selfish interests. Precious. Let me give you 2 examples. After the Second World War, when Hiroshima and Nagasaki was reduced to rubble by the American atomic bomb, Japanese went back to the drawing board and included in their constitution that never again will they go to war. That is why if you are owing a Japanese today, any Japanese company, after 2 years, they will not ask you for that money. It's gone. I'm telling you, our own is about 6 years. It becomes status bar. It's a law. One aviation company took advantage of that. He went to go and borrow spare parts everywhere in Japan, all the Japanese company. And when they were asking for money, he was dodging them. After 2 years, he took advantage of that law in Constitution of Japan and said he will not pay. And that was the end of it. But he didn't know that Japan has an alternative. All the Japanese companies now wrote to other aviation manufacturing companies and spare parts, and then blacklisted that company because they know that those things he borrowed from them will expire. All the spare parts, they have expiration dates. That's why those companies will be in business. If it's forever, nobody will be in business. So they know that those things they borrow from them will expire, and so they wrote all over the world So when those papers expired and they wanted to go to another country to go and start the same thing they did to Japan, as they were coming, the letter was already waiting for them. That was how that company died today. Natural death, it died. Can you see it? So if you say you have sense, there are people who have more sense than you. Now, it is because of that experience. So listen, South Africa, after the experience in apartheid, go and look at their constitution and what they put there. They even made it that they should have a 3 state capitals, federal capital, 3. What for? For inclusivity. Why is it that Nigeria, you have so many, even in Switzerland, where Nedu is enjoying himself, they have seven vice presidents, and these are 7 countries that make up that. That was why Switzerland is the capital of most UN agencies, because the war never get to that place. The war, in fact, the warring party, they secure that place. It's like a UN heritage country. Very peaceful. Do you know that it's a crime for you to be poor in Switzerland? I mean, for you to be poor, all these people that you see, you can't do that in Switzerland. They will arrest you, ask you what happened. Because there's enough for everybody. You see it? But here in Nigeria, precious.
Is that a fact?
It's a call Nedu. Call Nedu to tell me where.
I just ask questions.
I said call Nedu. I think we have an evidence now.
Okay,
let him tell me that man that is borrowing or living in the street in Switzerland.
Okay, sir.
Let me tell you where he's come from. The government will not allow it. The government, they will not allow it. The place is so neat that even death, death is a crime. Because very speak and span. That's what Switzerland is noted for. I'm telling you, very decent society.
That's dirty. When you say death.
Death. So they don't allow all these nuisance or no, you can't.
Okay.
You must have a place. So what I'm saying
is your point exactly?
The point I'm making, why didn't Nigerian leaders copy the experience of Nigeria, bearing in mind that our multi-ethnic arrangement, our religious differences, our tribal differences, and bring them together to make sure that everybody is brought on board. But some people, because they claim that they have large number, whatever you bring to national assembly, they will shoot it down. And they say they will continue to rule. One of them even said that they are born to rule. I don't know who gave them that idea. Meanwhile, when you come to human capital development, 0. Economic input, 0. Education, 0. Yet they are born to rule. What I'm saying is, go and check who are the people that shut down this arrangement that would have made it possible for every part of Nigeria to at least take that office, because it's not reserved for one person, especially when that person is not contributing anything. The Northwest, when you come to the North, it has always been the Northwest, either as a president of a civilian president or as military head of state. They are the one producing this thing every time, and they have ruled there for almost 50 years out of our 64 years of independence. What did they have to show for it? Nothing. So you can see now, whereas if we have been rotating, we would have gotten somebody who will say, no, let us stop this thing. Let us start from somewhere to clean up this country. The same people, whenever they reshuffle, it's the same people. So somebody now said, no, let us rotate this so that we could go around and stop what? Agitation. The major reason for Nnamdi Kanu and his people to is it not because of marginalization? That is since independence, the Igbo man, with all their contribution in Nigeria, nobody has seen his people. So okay, these people now, they deserve a chance. Whenever I go to our turn, something will happen. In 1983, Shagari was to hand over to Ekweme. What happened? Buhari came on board. He was not even apologizing. He said, yeah, that was one of the reasons he took over. He said it in an interview. He took over.
All right,
so if they don't listen to this particular bill, we'll go back to it maybe later. Our children will ask for it. And it may cause problem, because every time they say Rwanda. What caused problem in Rwanda is what? This marginalization or nepotism. When the Hutus were shut out of governance, they were shut out of government. The Belgian masters only choose the Tutsis and gave them in choice position and everything. And the Hutus have said, so are we not part of this country? Why should this be? That was the major reason that caused problem. So when you see all these things, you continue to practice this here and you say there will be peace. No, there will be no peace. So those people
but Barrister Darlington, you cannot say there will be no peace in our
no. Okay, hold on. Is that peace now? President, let us call a spade, yeah. Please, I don't know how to speak from both sides of my hand. That's my problem. And you know my tongue is in a wet place, very, very wet and very slippery. So most time when I want to lie, the thing will come out. I won't even know. That's the problem. So are we having peace now? Please tell me.
All right. So, Mr. Darlington, the National Assembly seem to be on the side of the people too, because they have assured both the Senate that both the Senate and the House of Representatives will thoroughly scrutinize the tax reform bills that are presently before the Parliament and align themselves with the wishes of the people and the desires of the people that they represent. There are lots of issues surrounding the tax reform bills, from what you produce is what you earn to so many different issues. As a matter of fact, when you even look at the amount of revenue that you bring in versus the amount of revenue you take, instance,
they are not
a recent statistic looking at states from the southeast has it that states like Anambra, generates the most or contributes the most revenue in southeast at 4.28 billion naira, but Anambra receives 6.66 billion naira. Whereas states like Imo State, your state, contributes the least, only 234.41 million naira.
No tax to insecurity.
Only that's what they contributed.
No tax to insecurity
for the month of August. Only 235.41 million, not billion, is what they contributed. But guess what? They got more allocations because they got 6.01 billion naira in allocation. Because other states that contributed more than them, like Ebonyi State, like Enugu State, like Abia State, got lesser revenue than our allocation than Ebonyi than Imo State. So
what do you think is going on?
What?
Was it being allocated according to party structure or what?
Barrister,
I'm asking a question. I don't ask a question.
I don't know now because I'm here to ask the question.
Imo State is an APC state too. I don't know why they're giving Hope Uzodinma more money when you're not doing anything. I don't know.
So this speaks to the over reliance of monies from the center, from federal, over reliance on federal allocation, which of course we see also across board when states will say that they are civil service states, they don't have money. So these are part of the issues that is contained, that may be addressed by the bill. But there are also other sources that also say that no, because there may be other things like part of the bill may seek or may mean that, according to the chairman of the tax reform bill, that some federal government agencies may no longer collect taxes anymore, like customs, like some of them would not. So there will be another body who will be collecting the taxes. And people are also saying, no, let's not come and bring us is working in one place to this other place, and all that. So how are we going to be sure that the National Assembly, led by Senator Godswill Akpabio, will surely ensure that they are in the part of the people, on the side of the people rather, as they address this tax reform bill?
You see,
because that's the question a lot of people ask.
Good. In the first place, we should ask the state governors who should know better why they rejected that bill. Precious.
Sir?
It is said that what an elder sees sitting down, a young man that climbed the Koti may not see it. The state governors, they should know, they know better, because they are the one. The National Assembly do not collect tax. Remember, it is the state governor that collect taxes, especially those ones that come to them naturally. So the National Assembly may not have the total view. They may not. This National Assembly, pressure, they have not been so patriotic. I'm telling you, they have not. If they are, the thing that have happened with the executive so far wouldn't have happened. They are not patriotic, so I'm not relying on them.
Why do you say so? Barry?
When somebody told you that whatever they bring from Asorok, he will just stamp it.
You mean
and he have been doing it.
You mean you're saying example is the loan that was approved to the $82.2 billion.
Look, when you say loan, you look at it's only the loan. So many things that have gone wrong there. The national anthem that was passed in one day without thinking about it.
But
now our children are confused.
The legislative arm of government is an independent arm of government, just like
Precious, promise, please, don't take us back. Leave that thing. You know the answer. Nothing is independent.
Let's move forward.
Nothing is independent here. You and I know that. Nothing is independent. It is after when the damage has been done, they will now turn around and be asking, why did this thing happen? Who did this? Why did this? Have they called Tinubu to come and explain why there is insecurity in Nigeria? If this type of thing happen in America, the Congress will go and drag the president of America to come and explain himself. They will drag him to come and tell them why there is insecurity in the land. This National Assembly can never try it. And this is what they're supposed to be doing. They are not doing it. So what other thing do you think they will not do? They just told you this thing just to slow down the pace or the level of protest or the level of rejection against this bill. By the time you wake up tomorrow morning, you will hear a different story. So the governors will tell us, including Sowolu, who was among them, the 36 of them rejected this particular bill. More so when they told you that another body, which they have not told us, so precious, sir? Another body will be collecting tax from customs. And you know that after oil, custom, our port is the next cash cow. So who is that body that will be collecting this tax from that we don't know their name? Are they the Chinese?
Well, the tax committee chairman says that the only body responsible for collecting tax would be the Federal Inland Revenue. That will now be the Nigerian Inland Revenue.
So this one that in the tax reform bill, did you not hear such a thing? That another body. That is why the governors are now saying no, because we remember what happened in Lagos, where a certain Alpha Beta was collecting tax for Lagos State. Was collecting tax. Oh, he's collecting tax for Lagos. Yes, and we saw how it ended up. We saw how it ended up. I'm sure Lagos State is still gnashing their teeth from that arrangement. I don't know who signed that contract. So if that's what they bring at the national level, I will reject it.
But you're not in the Senate now. Neither are you in the
I'm in Lagos State.
How will you reject what you're not
what are you saying? Are they not collecting tax from me? From land use charge to other taxes? Are they not collecting it? All the places I have property, are they not coming there to come and drop letter at one point or the other? What are you not saying? I'm paying tax now.
Okay. But Barrister, the question is, are taxpayers even aware of the details and clauses in this tax reform bill? Are they aware or entirely and in total what the details are in this bill? It seems like a lot of people do not know what's going on.
They don't know. That's it. The governors know. That's why they rejected it. Even his vice, the vice of Tinubu rejected it. Precious. They saw something now. They saw something. That's what I'm telling you here. They saw something. They can't just wake up and say we will not go agree. I said including Sowolu of Lagos State is among the governors who rejected it. What does that tell you? Pressure, what does that tell you? Those ignorant sycophants who are supporting everything that comes from Asoro, they will not talk. Hold on, now please, hold on. When I say you're a sycophant, is that a cause? It's not that I don't call you a fool or idiot now. I mean, sycophant. Yes, now people can be allowed to indulge in sycophancy. It's allowed.
All right,
even idiocy is allowed. Idiocy, you can be allowed to be idiotic. It doesn't matter. We just that we will not allow you to bring it up.
We're still talking about bills and from the House now, and the House of Representatives on Thursday tasked the Nigerian government to intensify efforts to halt the growing illegal harvesting and commercialization of human eggs in the country. The House's resolution was sequel to the motion by Kwamoti Bitrus Laori, the member representing Damsa Numan Lamude Federal Constituency, that's in Adamawa State. Presenting the motion, Laori, who is the chairman House Committee on Cooperation and Integration in Africa, noted that the commercialization of human eggs, particularly in the context of illegal harvesting, poses significant ethical, legal, and health concerns globally. He said in Nigeria, the issue has gained prominence due to a growing demand for assisted reproduction amid insufficient regulations. According to the lawmaker, Nigeria's healthcare system, particularly as it is concerns reproductive health, is still evolving. He noted that the situation, coupled with increasing infertility among couples seeking assisted reproductive treatment, has led to a flourishing market for human eggs. He said that the demand for human eggs had led to exploitative practices such as illegal egg harvesting and commercialization, often targeting vulnerable women, particularly poor teenagers, unaware of risk involved. He went further to say that in 2021, Nigerian authorities discovered an illegal egg harvesting scheme in Lagos, where a network of medical professionals and agents lured young women, mostly students or low-income earners, with the assurance of monitoring rewards for their eggs. That's giving them money for their eggs. And that amount was between 200,000 naira and 500,000 naira. You know, he also cited cases in Abuja, you know, where that happened. But the thing now is, Barrister, women are selling their eggs, young girls, teenagers, students. Do you think this has anything to do with the economic situation we found ourselves? Because people are hungry. People are hungry. And when people are hungry, a hungry man can do anything to be fed.
Now, there are two ways to this thing. When people are seeking for help, this biological help that you get abroad and all that, it is regulated. That's why it's not a problem. Surrogacy, what's it called? Artificial insemination and all that. It's a given abroad.
But we do not have that comprehensive regulation in Nigeria yet.
That's where I'm coming. Now, there is nothing wrong. All you need to do, we have people you can send to go and study, because whether you like it or not, the alternative is more dangerous. The alternative is what? Selling babies in the hospital. That's the alternative. Because there are people who are desperate to have their own child. Maybe because of old age,
and
because
there are also
of
people who are
inheritance.
hungry and desperate for money.
So those ones are even secondary to what is to come. If you don't allow it to be regulated and then allow it to fly, then the alternative is what I'm talking about. It is more dangerous. That's why you see a newborn baby, they either change it or carry the baby away completely, because somebody is desperately waiting for it at the other end. But if that person have a way, an easy way of getting it, my dear, the black market business will crash on its own. Nobody will patronize it. It's as simple as that. So the government have to do this, because people need their own child. Somebody they will grow in their home. Somebody who will take over from them and all that. It's, in fact, it's as desperate as the food you want to eat when you are hungry. So government should look at it and not say it does not matter. If you say it does not matter, then this type of thing that they are busting all over the place, baby factory, it will continue to fester. Because in the first place, the financial reward is so induced, is so attractive. It's so attractive. Besides, if the young lady can go and get it easily, why not? If not, but what we are saying, regulate it so that people will not be exploited. That is what we are saying here. After all, we are not even up to 300 million. India is over 1 billion.
So we should keep expanding.
We've also had cases of...
do you want us to be throwing away things at the end of every month?
Remember, there was a time, we'll have viral cases of people who have been exploited for their kidneys. Some of them do not even know that they go to the hospital and
their hair. So these are
one of their kidneys,
because
removed
nobody
from them.
is checking anything. Pressure. Do you know that in most of the big hospitals in the US, in the Western world, doctors are looking around by the corner, waiting for patient. Immediately they call, hey, were you taking care of? Hey, what was the treatment? The doctor, in fact, they will be firing you.
Doctors?
Yes, doctors. They wait for you. You don't know that there's a medical law. There are things we don't do here. It's a big business over there. Just mention that something happened that you did not like. You don't bring brief for that doctor. I'm not joking. It's a given. So that place, these things are very, very important. They don't joke with. Look at Michael Jackson, the doctor that was taking care. How did the man go to jail?
All right, let's move on to other issues.
When they discovered that the man gave him overdose, even though Michael Jackson requested for it, are you getting it? The Michael Jackson, because he said he could not sleep, maybe something is worrying him. The man now gave overdose. The man now took off from there. They now asked him, well, he said he demanded for it. Even when he said, no, professionally, you have done wrong, or you go to jail. Yeah, people say it does not matter. Shebi na say make we do them now. You can't do that.
Thank you, Barrister Darlington. Let's go to politics a little bit now. As a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party, Segun Shomi has attributed the party's crisis to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's appointment of Nyesom Wike as minister. Bottom line, he's saying that the reason why PDP is currently in crisis is because the president appointed FCT Minister Nyesom Wike into office, and that he did not consult the party, he did not, make any formal consultation, that if there must be peace in PDP like immediately, then the president must sack the FCT minister Nyesom Wike. Do you believe that is correct?
I don't believe.
Okay.
I don't believe.
So Barrister Darlington, the reason perhaps some people may think that this may be correct is because there were rumors making the round over the weekend when the Prime Minister of India visited Nigeria, and there were rumors of the Aso Rock banning the FCT minister from coming because of some sort of situation and all that. And if that were to be true, that rumor, yes, they denied it. But if in any way that was to be true, wasn't that enough reason, or isn't that enough reason for him to have been fired or relieved of his position?
Now, listen very well.
Yes, sir.
There is nothing wrong in Tinubu appointing the opposition into his cabinet. But everything is wrong if you now appoint this particular person and give him free ticket to act with impunity and arrogance. That is where I blame Tinubu, nothing else. What Wike have done so far in office is unbecoming. In fact, it has never been had in the history of this country. It had never. I was thinking that Tinubu would have told Wike, look, you are the FCT minister. You have been appointed to do a job. You have a lot on your hand. Is that how you do this job, or you leave to go and pursue your political career? Don't bring bad name to me. Are you getting it? I remember when Tinubu came into office, the first 1 month or so, his son was going about with the convoy bigger than that of his father. One day Tinubu confronted and said, do you want to spoil my government? Do you want to bring me bad image? Openly, he confronted the boy, and that was the end of that matter. So why can't Tinubu call this FCT minister and say, I am hearing a lot about you, especially Rivers State. What are you looking for there? You were there for 8 years now. Why are you disturbing everybody? If I hear this, I will sack you. Are you telling me that if Tinubu says such a thing, Wike will not control himself? So anybody blaming Tinubu for appointing, that person is making a mistake. It is by allowing Wike to act with like a loose cannon. That is where the problem is. It's as simple as that. After all, he appointed other ministers now. In fact, it should be APC minister who should be acting with arrogance. Not this one that come from PDP. That he allowed to be acting like this. That means there is something they are doing together.
All right. So, Barrister Darlington, very quickly, going to former Governor Ifeanyi Okowa's case and his corruption allegation, sources from his cabinet, or the current Commissioner for Works, Rural Development, and his former Commissioner for Information, I think, one Mr. Charles Aniago, has said that, or attributes it to political witch hunts. I'd like you to chime in on this, especially bordering on the fact that some people said, it's not really political witch hunt, because they feel that Okowa perhaps expended some of those cash on the campaign for the PDP. But a lot of people said, wait, something similar happened in Rivers State in 2015 too, when a certain Chibuka Amechi was also accused of doing sin. How come he was not witch hunted, or perhaps he was not fingered for corruption too at the same time? So why is Okowa's case different? Could you chime in on this?
Again, I'm telling you here that selective persecution or prosecution is what is going to destroy some things in Nigeria. I mean, it's going to cause a very serious problem. That's why I'm telling you that some of these people who are mounting anti-corruption, they are not patriotic. Precious, if they are patriotic, you will see it in their actions. Lee Kuan Yew jailed his own brother when he was trying to clean up Singapore. His own brother, he jailed him. You mean if you see that, you too, you go and commit? That means they are going to castrate you. The man in North Korea, his uncle was sleeping while he was addressing Tongue. He shot him there. He shot him before the crowd. Are you telling me that when you see that, you as an army commander, when you come, you stand up and be wide awake? Look, when you see a leader who wants to do something, my dear, you don't need to stress it. You will see it. Actions speak louder than words. Nobody is fighting corruption here. They are persecuting their opponents. It's as simple as that. Nobody is fighting corruption in Nigeria. From Obasanjo till now, it's all about what? Selfish political interests. So let us not stress it. You can repeat this thing from now till the kingdom come. It's a lie. Even if they want to take on you, just because you do not agree to what they are telling you. Go and ask Tafa Balogun. Go and ask Tafa Balogun when he wanted to make too much noise against Obasanjo. And Rubadu was unleashed against him. After that, what happened? All the EFCC, whatever, chairmen, they left in ignominy. None of them left with a clean record. What caused it? Because they compromise. It's as simple as that. They compromise. So the only man who could have done it, he didn't live to become EFCC chairman. Rather, they used his name as the EFCC building in Abuja. And that was Idiagbo, Tunde Idiagbo. We have never gotten it right when it comes to fighting corruption, my dear. Okay. That is why things are like this.
Okay, now speaking about fighting corruption and fighting illegality, so the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control has uncovered counterfeit alcohol packaging centers at Article Markets, Abuloshu, Lagos State. In fact, they seized items worth an estimation or estimated 2 billion naira. Barrister Darlington, fake produce.
What do you expect?
Fake.
Okay, that's the one they saw. Do you know that if you go around the country, there are over 10,000 of these illegal factories where they are doing one stupid thing or the other? Oh, you think that with this hunger they will go to buy things at what's it called, at Just Right or where's that of that big?
Don't do advertisements, don't worry, because you pay for it.
All these big shopping malls. Do you think they will go there to go and buy things?
The rate of renal and kidney failure has increased.
Now, of course, that's the result.
Because doctors are shouting that people are going down with organ failures.
Good. And you now, the ripple effect is that when this thing happens, you now go to hospital where there will no medication, you now drop dead. They now go to
where people first of all self-medicate because of the situation of the country where they found themselves in.
So that you see the ripple effect of this thing. So whenever there is hunger of this level in Nigeria, my dear, you should expect these things. Don't run away from it. You should expect it.
So you're saying in essence poverty increases crime rates in a society.
Go and check anywhere where there is poverty, even in big cities. The criminal, they don't even want to live in a decent environment where there is nothing to steal, because everywhere is walled with high fence and all that. But when they look in such areas that you know the area in Lagos now, where when you open your window you see what is happening in the other person's house, you can sneak in there. No burglary proof, no nothing. These are the areas they like to live, where criminality is like a given. So what do you expect? They are looking for what to eat.
All right, Nigeria.
Where you put food on your table, the neighbor passing in front of you will just carry it and move on. By the time you come back,
have we gotten to that level in Nigeria?
You didn't hear that they carry what they are cooking in the the soup pot somebody was cooking. He came in, he did not see it. Somebody carried the whole pot. It
sounds funny, but it's crazy.
Somebody carried the entire thing. That means they've been targeting and watching.
All right. Nigerians phone lines are open. Let's begin to take your thoughts and reactions on the conversations we've reached tonight. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. 0700 903 903 903. The WhatsApp line is 0817 175 6338. 0817 175 6338. That's the number to call. In case you're just joining us, let's run you through the hot topics we've had tonight. Ekpa's arrest step towards extradition to Nigeria, Defense Chief General Musa said, as Finland or Finnish court remands Ekpa, Simon Ekpa in prison on inciting terror in Nigeria. In fact, they say they don't trade land since 2021, not even now, because there's some money that wakat kurukera around him. So that's why they arrested him a little bit in 2023, released him again when they did not have full evidence. All right.
And we also told you that 6-year term proposal for the presidency governors fails in rep today. That 6-year presidency term, it's not going to happen in Nigeria.
All right. And the National Assembly say, Nigerians, don't worry, calm down, cool temper. We'll go there on our side as it concerns the tax reform bills. We will scrutinize it, use touch to look at it well. Count the numbers with toothpick one by one so that it will not pass the way it's supposed to be. Don't worry yourself. So they say they'll be on the side of the Nigerians. But people are saying, do we really trust you guys that much to defend our interest? Well, that's a matter for another day.
All right, so talking about the House of Representatives now, they've moved to stop the harvesting, commercialization of human eggs in Nigeria.
And Tinubu caused the crisis in PDP by appointing Wike a minister. For peace to restore or to be restored in PDP, sack some Wike. PDP chieftain Shegun Shoumi says so.
We also told you that NAFDAC has uncovered a 2 billion naira fake alcohol packaging center in Lagos State.
And then they said the allegations the fund diversion against Okowa is a political orchestration orchestrated by enemies. Lagos phone lines are up at 0700 903 903 903 0817 175 6338. That is the number to call. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Madam Precious.
Sir, you're welcome.
Promise, I greet you.
Good evening,
and
sir.
Our great Oga Darlington. Good evening, sir. God bless you. I'm going to protect you guys in Jesus' name.
Amen.
We have Alexo here.
Alexo,
my own take here is I want to appeal to you, Oga Barrister, Darlington. I bet don't stress yourself anymore concerning this government. They are just doing whatever they like. But I know that definitely, Buhari came and where is he now? He left. But one thing I want them to know that another generation will come and everything they have done in this country, either good or bad, they will pay for it. And when you promise, you shouldn't be offended. It shouldn't make us feel bad now. When Ogadentin said hypocrites, you're not abusing them. That is the name that you give to people that mock your nation, that abuse power, that go against the law.
Exactly.
You don't encourage them. We are saying that you're a national radio. We say these are hypocrites. You understand? We know the rules and regulation of coming on here to
Alex, so just go straight on to make your contribution. Let's stop all these rhetorics. Don't worry, you're preaching to the choir. So go straight on to make your
concerning this Lagos State, this fake product. I expect what they call the Standard Organization of Nigeria or NAFDAC to make sure they punish those people, because if they don't punish people like this, others will not follow suit. When we hear news like this and nobody is being prosecuted or jailed for their evil things, that is why you encourage other people to do the same thing. And this has not been happening today. It has been for a long time. So how long will we continue to have all this kind of evil in this society? Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you.
Hello?
Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Obiez. I'm calling from Bagada.
You're welcome.
One is on the tax bill. I'm actually a chartered accountant. The point is, when you're passing law or trying to make changes, you should be targeting certain problems, which is what are those things that undermine our tax system. The Nigerian tax to GDP is very low, and it's low because the population of people who pay taxes in Nigeria is very small. So that's what you ought to be tackling. Tax leakages are very, very high. All those semantics, they are looking for what is not lawful. The federal tax offices, the issue is how efficient they are and how professional they are. That's one. And if you have a tax base of less than 6%, that ought to be what you should be targeting. Others, nearly 90% of your taxable adults and businesses are within the tax dragnet, but Nigeria's zone is outside. So, the second thing is what your guest is saying about poverty and crime and people doing the wrong thing. This is an argument that's done a long time, but the poverty does not really lead. It's not the primary cause. That's what they call the crime. The poverty is not so much because of people doing wrong. It's absence of values. It's when people are imbued with a lot of vices, which we are in this country.
So you do not agree. Sorry, sir. You do not agree that hardship. excuse me. You do not agree that hardship and poverty breeds insecurity. Is that what you're saying, or breeds crime?
Breeds what?
That poverty. Sorry, that poverty, hardship breeds crime. Is that what you're saying? That you do not agree?
It's not.
That people just have innate criminal intent in them. That's why they just commit crime, not because they're poor.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
so you do not believe that people can be so poor that they become desperate and want to do anything to survive, including going into crime? No, I'm just asking you a question.
Yeah, what you're saying is a bit naive.
Is a bit what?
Poverty,
oh wow.
Naive.
Oh wow, thank you.
In what sense?
Is not,
no, I'm a baby.
What is poverty? The absence of money. poverty is not a crime. It's not a vice. For you to commit a crime, for you to do something criminal, you will be imbued with vices. There's something they call the fourth triangle. If I have time, in criminology, I was saying that too. But let's go to religion.
No, teach me criminology because I will tutor you in criminology too. Perhaps you do not also have a degree in criminology. So let's talk. I like this.
Go ahead.
Let's talk, sir. Please, by all means.
No, I'm not hearing you too well, sorry.
I said, let's go. Let's go.
There are various theories in criminology that also portends that poverty.
What are you talking about?
Crime.
That poverty, hardship. Remember, look at the names I mentioned. Poverty, hardship cannot breed criminality or crime or insecurity. Are you kidding me? So just hold on and say, I'm coming, calm down. Let's talk like real human beings. Lukarawas the other day were seen on a video across social media, luring people, giving them 1 million naira, 1 million to come and join them.
Go grab that.
And we have youths or young minors in Nigeria who protested because they were hungry. And there are people that don't even know what they eat every day. With children, they don't know what they eat. You're telling me that if I don't have what to eat, God forbid, not me, God help me, that I cannot perhaps cross past a shop and look when the person is not looking and I pick one egg or one biscuit and eat? And is that not crime? And you're telling me that hardship, poverty does not breed insecurity? Does not breed criminality? Are you serious?
Can I answer?
Answer me that I must have criminal intent. I'm coming, so I must have criminal intent, or else if I can't endure the hunger or hardship, I just commit suicide instead of me to commit crime. Go ahead.
The problem that knowledge is not sentiment. Let me explain to you. Knowledge is not sentiment. No matter how.
So she's being sentimental.
No, he's insulted me like 3 times today, but it's okay. I've been seeing. First of all, he called me naive. I'm a baby.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, go straight to your point, please. Straight to your point.
I'm going straight to my point. The point is the use of words. When somebody says naive, as the other person told you, you use it's not.
It just goes straight to your point, and you're taking so much time, and I oblige you deliberately. So go straight to your point.
We want to learn.
Okay, the point is that in criminology, in everything they call it the fourth triangle. Things that must move somebody to commit a crime. There's opportunity, there's justification. Justification is just what you're doing. When somebody says, I'm poor, then I'll take laws into my hands.
And then what are the other two?
Justification.
What are the other one?
No, that's the third one.
No, name the 4 of them now.
It's a fourth triangle. It's 3. Pressure, opportunity, and justification. Justification is somebody saying what you're saying now. That I'm poor, so I must take the laws into my hands.
The pressure is what, Bikono?
The pressure is what?
No, the pressure is living out.
So I think we have to let other people call in.
So I want you to explain the pressure. Fast. The pressure is what?
The pressure is what?
Living above your means, seeking to.
So if I am hungry, I'm living above my means. I put it to you that you did not even study that criminology very well. I have to let you go.
Okay,
so pressure, poverty and hardship and hunger, severe hunger cannot be part of the pressure. Abba now. What are you even teaching your children, Oga?
Precious.
You that told me I'm naive.
Precious.
Barrister Darlington, Jerry, sorry.
Where we learn things is very important. Why do you think that in the Western world they make sure that people have 3 square meals, food bank, all these things? Because they know what will happen if people are hungry. If you see the crime they commit in the Western world, it's not about hunger. It's not about psychopaths who want to express themselves and all that. Maybe hate crime and all that. Not that somebody will go and break a shop because you want to collect one Indomie or whatever. You really hear such things in the Western world. It's not done. That's why the society made sure that you must have social welfare system. It is very important in all the Western world. They have it. Is that not how to save the society from criminality?
That's also why there are high rates of crime in war and crisis-torn areas and countries.
That is it. So when you want to remove all this, that means you are not being truthful to the facts. These other people that have a lot to eat, do you see their children going to break shop? If they want to indulge in all this big man attitude, maybe affluenza, then they go and start smoking weed because they can afford it. They start smoking and getting high on things, buy expensive items and all that. You can't see them going to rob one small shop by the corner of the street. What are they looking for there? It's not possible. But it's very common in these other low-level areas where people steal at will on daily basis.
Barrister Darlington, I have not heard that before in my life. That hardship and hunger, poverty cannot encourage or breed.
I was thinking we said something that I don't know, but they have come down now.
All right, promise. I think
you mentioned president.
So let's go to WhatsApp now. This says, please, Finland authorities should not extradite Simon Ekpa to Nigeria because the federal government of Nigeria, under the leadership of ex-President Buhari, refused to arrest and prosecute the 400 names given to them by the UAE as those sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. And this is from Liu in Lagos.
He must come here. He must come here.
Why they shouldn't extradite?
No,
Ekpa.
that's not a justification. He must come here first.
All right.
We don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, Robert Samuel says Ekpa's arrest is a huge welcome development. He should be brought back to Nigeria and be jailed indefinitely. That man has caused a lot of death in the southeast. Big kudos to is this federal government now? Finnish government.
All right. So gold medal Otarigo says they should extradite him. Alaska believes says Simon Ekpa is going to get a bill. It's normal procedures. And Nigerian says Simon Ekpa must be brought back to Nigeria. Wow.
If we do it, they will do it. Yeah. I mean, they have confirmed that he was committing act of terrorism
and financial crimes. Taiwo from Ota says Sheyi Tinubu becoming Lagos State Governor in 2027 is dead on arrival. He said Sheyi is not a bona fide Lagosian boy. He should go to Osun State to govern them. And he said because Lagosians cannot be a slave to the father and also be a slave to the son. This is according to Taiwo from Ota.
Well, all right, John. Taiwo, please wake up. Wake up. So if the father is a Lagosian, then the son is from Oshun. You can imagine people.
All right, so Barrister Darlington with more messages.
You did not confront the father. You now want to confront the son to go to. Can you imagine reasoning?
All right,
please talk another thing.
Just go ahead very quickly.
Right,
you know they like you when you're here because you read their messages.
7 and 8 says, let this arrest of Simon Ekpa not be the truth because if it happens, Nnamdi Kanu will be forgotten in jail. Barrister, is that true? Quickly, in 30 seconds.
It's not possible.
Okay.
It's not possible. Nnamdi Kanu will be released. I am authoritatively he must be released.
All right. So moving on to more messages from YouTube. John Bernard says, okay.
All right. Rap from Satellite Town says, arresting Ekpa is a welcome development. Ekpa has done more harm to the Easterners. Nigerian government should do the necessary things to bring him back and bring him to book. Also, Kanu should be released. Let's know who's who for the sake of peace. All right. All right. You said another Simon Ekpa will raise, and you're saying Igbos are terrorists. Someone is saying he doesn't understand what you're saying, Barrister Darlington. That's fine. You said another Samuel Ekpa will arise, and you are also saying that Igbos are not terrorists.
Good, because yes, that if the condition that gave rise to what he's doing arise, pressure, is it not obvious that when they released Mandela from prison after 27 years, he said if the condition that gave rise to ANC and what they were doing come up again, that he will repeat all he did. Mandela said it. That's why I told you that if the society prepares the crime, then the criminal commits it. You don't expect that what happened in the Southeast will continue to happen. Everybody throw their hands and allow them to be overrun like Benue and Plateau. It's not possible. That's what I'm saying. So if they have arrested someone, let them make sure that no more criminal elements from even outside Igbo land are in Igbo land, killing Igbos. That's what I'm saying here.
All right, Solomon Asika from Mushin says all he knows is that Igbo nation is being made caricature of by the Eastern governors and some politicians in Nigeria and even Ohanese in Igbo. He said because they cannot put heads together and solve their problems. Do you see it happening in the Southwest? He is asking. He said no, it happened only once in the Southwest in Ondo State in a Catholic church. Where people were, then that was the Owo massacre. He said it's a shame to the Igbo nation. Emeka Anyoko, the Igbo Obi of Onisha, Chief Alfred Achebe, Eastern governors and notable Igbo leaders should put heads together and put a stop in what's going on in the South.
Have you seen why I keep saying that? Don't allow evil to even have a foothold within your environment. If you allow it, you will regret it. Please, were you not here when some people were being imported into Imo State in trailer load, and they said they came for a hunting expedition. Pressure, true of us. True
All
of
right,
us.
Kenny Young, I see your message
Were you not
there.
here when the Igbo said they want to establish their own security network to protect them like Amoteku? Did the federal government encourage it? The answer is no. You can see now. Something they brought about upon us, they are now blaming us for it. Were you not here when the Igbo said no, we did not vote for Zodema? What happened?
Barrister.
What happened?
Let's go ahead now. Usman from Oshodi says where I'm having issues with Barrister is because he speaks more of Igbo-listics than a Nigerian. He said he meant that you prioritize Igbo issues with your full chest than other part of Nigerian, other Nigerian
are
issues.
You serious?
And he now said, please try to be objective.
Yes, so
than being tribalistic.
Look, you are my friend. You cannot gaslight me. Believe that we have suffered enough because we want one Nigeria. We have been being patriotic from the independence, and it has cost us a lot. Mention any other tribe in Nigeria that is more patriotic than the Igbo man.
Oh, yeah.
Mention.
On another bread, someone else
these other
is
people
saying,
that have been preaching nepotism in appointment and everything. You didn't see them, Abi. When Buhari was introduced as a state policy, you did not talk. Tinubu is not doing it. You cannot talk. It's me who said that this thing is wrong. Okay, I should now go and serve you people so that I'll be a good boy. The other Igbos who serve you people, what happened to them at the end of the day?
Barrister, calm down. So
No, you can imagine.
On another bread, someone else is saying that what you're saying, he's in support of what you're saying.
Don't mind
especially
them.
With what you said about Hope Uzodinma and of the APC in Imo State and what's going on in Imo State.
They will not blame us. It's our fault. They will blame us for what they did.
All right, and this says Amechi from Afoluku says,
please, the pressure, promise, please.
Sir?
Agui Ironsi introduced Decree 34 to unite Nigeria. It was that simple reason that they killed him. Pressure, they killed him because of that. They killed him. And now they are enjoying the same thing. The same military government has been going on, even under military regime, under civilian regime. For what an Igbo man introduced, they killed him for it. And now they are using it to enjoy. You can imagine. And then I said, Igbo. It is ignorant. They cannot gaslight me. If they want us to talk about this, but let them come here and meet me.
All right, Barrister, let's move on now. This Amechi from Mafoluku says, with the rumor of Sheyi Tinubu becoming governor, you said you respect Barrister Darlington's analysis because he has been saying it when you asked them, when Precious asked them why Sheyi. There was a time Tinubu reprimanded him for being in FEC meeting or walking into FEC meeting and all of that. And you said this. He said Simon Ekpa's arrest is a way forward. He hijacked control from Ima Powerful because Ima is polished. The bitter tribal politics in Nigeria is the reason Nigeria isn't making progress. And he said, may God help us in Nigeria. And I'm going to say an amen to that. Okay, Chief Udo says you're greeting us and you said the disunity in South is what is giving the North impetus to boost of shooting bills down. You're talking about the tax bills now. You said instead of us to push for creation of you said you're talking of an Yoma state. Everyone is talking about what is bothering them. And you said the BVA's using election has shown that North doesn't have more numbers than the South. They simply unite together, when it comes to politics and election there. And this says, Ken from Ikorodu says, good evening, Barrister Darlington, Pretty Precious and Promise. It is a good idea to reduce the president's term of office to 1, that is 6 years, but let them start with the Senate and House of Representatives. After the first term, they cannot go, vote via another term. And you said, no ex-convict is permitted to vie for any position in the country. Besides, non-lawyers are not permitted to vie for positions of a senator and House of Representatives. Are you serious?
All right.
Non-lawyer.
Okay.
What did we do to you?
Apologies. I think I have someone on hold on WhatsApp all along, and I didn't know. Hello, good evening to you, and welcome.
Yeah, Precious. Thank you.
Hey, Sir Tony
Chukwudi. Why would you keep Mr. Tony on hold?
You waiting.
I am sorry, sir. On her behalf, I apologize, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. It's only because I wanted to talk to my promise.
Hi, sir. Thank you so much.
So I am an insignificant factor.
Thank you so much, sir. You're welcome.
Yeah. The argument that you were making with the person that I called before.
Tony, I know you will forget I'm here. I know. Because of Promise, I know. Promise, don't come again when I'm here.
I don't know. Come when Barrister Darlington and I are not here.
Let me not because I have orders to come in. So, the person that was talking about, trying to correct. That is the reason why you forgot that you put me on hold.
Sorry.
I think that guy, the person, is trying to miss a kind of explain exactly. It's not the system in Nigeria. In a certain way, people trying to kind of what do they call this boutique or something in Igbo land. So that greedy mindset also plays a very big role in in separating the crime. The poverty
of the mind
that breeds crime. So that is where the man was coming from. In the Western world, they go to the shop and do shoplifting, but some of them that you see that will do shoplifting, and some of them alcoholics, they go and steal alcohol. And a few other things. Apart from that, nothing. Then coming to the one of, I don't want to talk about the issue of Finland. So
no. But going back to that conversation, I would really like your input. Do you think statistically that it is possible that hardship, poverty, and hunger, as it were, generally could increase insecurity, could increase or push people to crime? Do you believe that it is possible?
Yeah, to a certain extent. You have to go when you are talking about this type of issue, pressures. You have to use percentage and will I say demography and the other. The point is that in Nigeria, what you see in Nigeria is that some of them are doing that out of greed. And what's this agency that goes the NAFDAC that goes inside the why can't they go inside the shops? This woman that was their head used to go inside the market. Go inside the market, pick up a bottle, taste it. If the drink is okay, you pay the owner. If the drink is not okay, seize it, and the owner will pay a fine. Because
I think we're saying different things here.
Where they manufacture this, the market woman is not the manufacturer. They are going to where they are manufacturing it.
Yeah, but they still, some of them, you see, Mr. Darlington, you were saying that they only caught one. Where are the rest? Some of what of the ones that are already inside? And our people are dying. Yeah, kidney and the rest of them. You see couples, they can't even have kids because of the issue of what they ate. It's terrible. I was in Nigeria. It's terrible what is going on there. Anyway, if I'm in Nigeria, I don't even drink those things. I better go with water.
All right. Thank you. All right. So go ahead.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you. So I think for clarity purpose, I did not mention what I mentioned based on what Barrister Darlington said. That about the NAFDAC issue. I only mentioned it that statistically and generally speaking, any time that there is hardship, hunger, insecurity is naturally on the rise, because crime rate normally increases because people naturally begin to look for ways to make ends meet, including playing wayo and GPT to one another.
Talking about someone stealing someone's pot of food here.
It is, yes. So that is exactly why I mentioned what I mentioned. Yes. And quote me anywhere. Bring your statistics to show me that every crime is based on people who have criminal intent alone, and not some that are committed under pressure or because of circumstances. Please tell me that and prove me wrong statistically. Please.
The man mentioned pressure. He mentioned pressure. And the greatest pressure is the pressure of hunger. Pressure of hunger.
Barrister Darlington, you know why I maintained with that? Because even I'm not a Muslim, but I did learn from the basic that we learned in religious acts in university and secondary school that both in Islam and in Christianity, it is not a crime if you're hungry, for instance, and you go and pluck some fruits from your neighbor's garden and eat. It will only become a crime when you pluck more than you can eat at that time. So that is to say, but that act of plucking a fruit from your neighbor's garden that is not yours, it's stealing.
Supporting the act of crime at all.
No, it's not supporting. That I go to my neighbor's garden to pluck fruit, it is stealing. But that I take more than, but the Bible or the Quran does not see it as a crime immediately. But it is when you take more than you can immediately consume that becomes a crime.
Comes in.
That's criminal intent. That's the actus reus.
You remind me what it used to be. We used to go to the orchard in my school. Orchard, the Reverend Father used to live there at that time. We'll climb on top of the orange and grape tree. Me and some of the stubborn boys.
Fall from tree.
We'll fall here. We'll be peeling it and be eating it from there. The thing will be dropping. While we peel, after eating, we plug another one. We just stay there as if it's our home. By the time we get our field, we now climb down. So one day, we didn't know that the Reverend Father came and was at the. So this is we are falling. The man was looking. He was looking. We now gave sign and said that he now looked up and saw us. Precious, I fell from there.
Let's take someone. Someone is on the line. Hello, good evening and welcome. Yes, please, you're welcome.
Hello?
Yes, please, you're welcome.
Good evening, Precious, Promise, and Uncle Darlington.
Good evening, sir. You're welcome.
Yeah, this is Remy.
Remy,
you're welcome.
I'm fine. Don't stress yourself, Precious, trying to explain the context of the
everybody will have their own explanation now. It's natural.
Yes,
it's natural.
But there is context to some issues. The moment you lose the context, you tend to become mischievous about it. I tend not to have this most times this discussion with people who are speaking from the place of privilege.
Exactly.
Do you understand? They don't understand hunger.
Exactly.
Barrister Darlington.
Not like that.
Barrister Darlington, there is no day I don't get calls and requests.
It's like what that woman said.
Even here on air.
It's like what that woman said.
We have lots of messages.
It's like what that
every
woman
day.
said in France that caused the French Revolution. When they said there was no bread, he said, go and eat cake now.
Where you go see money? You never chop bread, you chop cake.
Cake and bread, which one is more expensive?
Barrister, there is a certain governor, former governor.
Is on the line.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Let him finish.
All right, Remy, kindly finish, please.
Please go ahead.
Even in the biblical days, when there was famine, people were feeding on their children.
Abi? Yes, it happened.
And that is not a crime.
No, it happened. Yeah, it happened.
Are you telling me this?
Even during the war, Nigerian Civil War, did you know that at some point people were eating
children right now?
They are this in the bush.
Exactly.
And is that not a crime? And what breeds that crime? Is it not the hunger and hardship?
Even in that condition, nobody will condemn.
There is no way you can separate it from crime. Anywhere in the world, wherever poverty goes up, crime goes up with it.
Okay.
It is common sense. It has been proven. I don't need to argue this with anybody. I was like laughing when you were arguing with that person. You don't need to argue.
And he called me naive.
Don't mind him. He's speaking from the place of privilege. So you get when poverty goes up, crime goes up. It has been proven. I don't need to argue this one with anybody. It's out there.
Thank you, Remy.
So good evening.
Thank you. Good evening and welcome. Thank you so much. Promise you'd like to go back to your messages.
Yeah, Engineer Olu Sonkomi. I hope I got that correctly. He says, oh, this one is in Yoruba. Okay. He said, Precious, to legalize illegality in this country is until we have serious sanitization of bad leaders, just as late General Tunde Idiawon said before his demise. He said, because I feel sorry for this nation because laws are not same across the country. Meanwhile, he said, I'm expecting our leaders to learn from Samuel Doe and Charles Taylor of Liberia. All right, and this says, good evening, house. You guys are doing great. Please, Babeji from Oshodi. Precious, it's a good news to hear that one of the minor terrorists terrorizing the people of the Southeast Nigeria has been arrested by the chief. No, now not by the chief of staff of the But I think I have a question for the chief of staff, which is simply, why haven't the super greater terrorists that has been terrorizing and doing a whole lot to our nations and creating havoc in Nigeria and northern part of the country, why haven't they been arrested? Those that terrorized non-Yorubas during and after 2023 election in Lagos State, why have they not been arrested? And you said quite a lot of things there.
All right, and let's go back to the calls. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Precious.
Sir, you're welcome.
Good evening, Promise and Barrister Darlington.
Welcome, sir.
C2, how are you?
Sir.
C2,
I'm good. This C2.
I'm sure you are happy now, Abi. You are disturbing me the other day.
Was it not Mazi that was disturbing?
No, it was C2. He called me privately.
Oh, wow.
And I told him to slow down. Something will happen soon.
All right. C2, go ahead.
It's because of the trauma I have and the sleepless nights and the things I've been passing through. You know, Precious.
Sir?
When I called on this radio station and told you about the atrocity of Simon Ekpa, I want to give you one example. If you people can do this to me, for me, I'll be happy. Kindly go to Imo State. Right, I'm giving you one instance. And I know that Imo State governor are listening. If I'm lying, then let them come. I want them to debunk it. But the evidence is there. I want you people, if they can lead you people
now,
with security.
Go ahead.
If they can lead you people as a media group, so that you people will go where they dig a ditch. Samanapa boys dig a ditch. where they are killing Igbo people, calling them Sabo, and throw them inside that ditch and pour it acid.
Wow.
Wow. Now it's not propaganda. It's the Imo. I said I am calling them now.
Where in Imo State is this happening? Where in Imo State?
And one of his boys, one of his boys, as I'm speaking to you now, is on detention. He is the one now telling Imo governor everything they have been doing. Go and do your research. I say I will call them.
What part of Imo State did this happen?
Sorry?
What part of Imo State did this happen?
I'm calling them for you now. Go to Osumohu, Lilu, Osihitokwa, and Olo. Yes, there is a ditch dig around these areas by Samanepa boys. When they caught somebody, Samanepa boys are into criminality in our land. When they catch you, they took your car, they sell it by pass, and they kill the person. And sometimes they release the person. Sometimes they kill and collect the person money from POS, and they kill the person. They throw it in that ditch and pour it acid. If I am giving you evidence. If I am lying, Imo State Governor is listening to my voice. Soludo is listening to my voice. This is what I have been shouting. His boys, one of them now is being apprehended as I speak to you. The lead that is giving the evidence. You know, these people that come here to defend Samanepa, they did not even know the atrocity this guy have committed in our land.
These things are known. Yeah, they are known. I know.
They have never known the atrocity of this guy. Let me give you a quote. There is a man that came back from Europe who the only person who cater for the family of other people. Samanepa boys catch this man, took almost 200 million from him, killed this man, and throw him in the ditch. I am giving you. I said, if I say what I'm saying, if it's lie, let Imo State Governor come and
that they cannot come out to admit it. Is it true? You know that way they cannot admit it. It's true.
I am going to give you Samanepa boys. They will come. They will see our young boys. They will call them saboteur. They will catch them, kill them, and throw them in. I said there is a ditch. This place I called the name. If they can lead media crew, that is why I'm calling Finland government. If you don't send your media crew to come and see all this ditch that was digged by Samanepa boys committing atrocity in our land, these people that called this station and said that without Samanepa, what is doing Nnamdi Kanu would have remained there. You are a liar. Because you know why you want to rogue what crime of Samanepa into Nnamdi Kanu. People like me say no, it's not what Nnamdi Kanu stand for. I am telling you now to go to Osihitokwa, Lilu, all these places I'm calling you. Go and see the ditch digged by Samanepa boys, killing people. They are into kidnapping, and I want these things to be made to see, and the Nigerian army knows what I'm talking about.
They have been in those places.
Thank you.
Called Lion.
You've made your point, and it's now up to the authorities to investigate that further. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hello, good evening, and welcome.
They know.
All right. Oh wow, my phone lines are ringing non-stop. Hello, good evening, and welcome.
Hello, this is Geze.
This is who?
No, just to clarify, I've been listening to you people.
Thank
just
you.
To clarify,
Thank
one is the fourth triangle is more than 300 years old. The point is that pressure is defined. The pressure that is defined there.
Are you the person that called us earlier? Are you the person who called us earlier? No, I am not stopping you. I'm only asking.
From that pressure, poverty specifically. Let that lawyer go and read criminology. Poverty is directly excluded. The question is that, let me ask you a question. I'm not seeing an armed robber that said he went on armed robbery. Truly, that's what they say. Go and ask people who are, them. It's the presence of vices.
Okay. I really don't want to keep having this argument with you, but during the war or during war in war-torn countries when people eat their children, why do you think they eat their children? Is it a crime to eat your children in water or sell your children? Is it a crime? Is it a criminal act to sell your own children? Oh. All right, I think I've lost you, and I appreciate you. You didn't have the tolerance to go.
Some of this,
it's okay. Let's go back to the call.
What is crime in some climb is not the same thing.
And moreover, this is a law that has been in existence. So laws because
he mentioned pressure.
He said poverty is excluded from the pressure. That's what he just said.
It's not
Hello, good evening, and welcome.
It's not true.
Yeah, good evening, Double P and Mazi.
Thank you so much.
Mazi, how are you?
No, that's
Ma-
Mazi.
Ma- This is
Mazi, you're
from
welcome.
Germany.
You're welcome. Mazi
Yeah.
from Germany. He's no
Yeah.
deal. Mazi is different. That's from Nigeria.
Mazi, this. No.
Okay, you're welcome.
My sister, please, hunger breeds insecurity.
I don't know.
Poverty, hunger.
Please, is it the same thing in your Germany? Does hunger in your Germany breed insecurity too?
That
criminality.
That is why, like Germany or Holland or this Western world, or let's say Western Europe, that's why they're making sure, the government is making sure that there is no poverty, or there is no absolute poverty like hunger. There's poverty here, but at least if you're not working here, you will be given money. Your government will pay you at least 1,200 euros if you're not working. So you cannot starve here. You cannot go hunger here unless you're on drug. Unless you're a drug addict.
You're a junkie. Yeah, exactly.
You're a junkie, exactly. If you're not a junkie, no matter how poor you are, you can never go hungry. At least government is going to pay you at least 1,200 euros every month if you're not working. So poverty breeds insecurity, breeds crime, everything. If you go to Southern America, that's where you have all the Honduras, Guatemala,
Puerto Rico is a garbage country. It's a garbage country.
That's why you see you have poverty here because of you have crimes there because of poverty.
Yes. Exactly.
And finally about Simon Ekpa, we discussed this yesterday, right?
And that they sorted the hell out of Prince Francis Chilak on air.
Okay, we'll hear him.
Very bad. So, are you hearing me now?
Yeah, we are hearing you. Go ahead, round up.
Yeah, we discussed about Simon Ekpa yesterday, and look at what we are hearing today. Crime does not pay. Crime does not pay. And do you know that this guy is now claiming that he is IPOB member. While he's not. He's not.
Yeah.
Go to his ex wall and see what he represents, not IPOB.
Thank you.
And please, the press should stop attaching him with IPOB. And Mazi Dalita, I love what you on VOP television today. You and Jido Joe. I love what you said.
Okay.
God bless you.
Thank you.
I
Thank you
told
so much.
you, Precious, you didn't come to church.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate you. All right, go back to those messages. Go back to
All right,
them.
next from Isolo says, I see your message. You're greeting us PDP. That's me, Promise, Precious, and Barrister Darlington. You guys are calling us PDP now. He said the arrest of Ekpa is a good development. However, it is not a solution because he said insecurity in the south is deliberately being aided by some elements I'm not going to mention here. He said it's a cautious effort to whittle down the economic strength of the Igbo people and stifle the agitation for secession. Okay. I'll go to another message now. An individual that set up a 2 billion naira business cannot be said to have taken to crime because of hardship. A poor business person cannot access a 2 billion naira loan facility. And he said, as for Okowa, he misappropriated money belonging to the other state, so let him face the music. It doesn't matter.
Let them arrest other people.
Precious, good evening. If I'm the president of Nigeria, the first day I resume office, all the former presidents of the country, president of Nigeria's accounts will be frozen indefinitely. They should come and explain to Nigeria how they brought us to this level if there is no concrete explanation. Jail, straight up. This is according to what's your name now, Yakub. You said beginning from Yakubu, go on, and you didn't put your name anyway. And you said Barrister Darlington frequently has legitimate concerns worth discussing. However, he tends to express them through. Come on now, you guys know you won't be doing that. You're not going to make Barrister Darlington look like he's a tribal bigot, because some of you, if we read out the messages here, Barrister Darlington, it's a lot, and some people may not be able to consume it.
All right, so speaking about one of them, one Okechukwu from
please, promise, you were here last year when their own son Rose Beaver wanted to contest election. Pressure. What happened to that young man?
But Barrister Darlington, let's go back to more messages, please.
You can imagine. Please, probably you are not doing me a favor here. Read it out. Let me tell them. Do you think I'm afraid
so
of
Barrister Darlington, from YouTube, one Okechukwu Joshua says Igbo elders are so cowardly. Learn to protect your own, like the North and Southwest protect theirs.
Oh,
all right.
Like you should protect someone like this.
No, we can't. We don't. It's not in our nature. No, we can't. We can't.
All right.
But also, when is orchestrating the killing of Igbos? What are you talking about?
All right. This says good evening.
In Finland, where he is, why don't he kill somebody there?
Anti-Precious, Barrister Darlington, and Promise Wanyoma. Anti-Precious, there is something I want to let you people know, that terrorism and sit at home isn't going in Southeast wasn't caused by Ekpa, but because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's detention, and that was why it happened, and it wasn't because of
Nnamdi Kanu is in detention. Showore has been released.
This says, hold on, do we have Promise and Precious together in one show?
It's not
no,
valid.
we're in two different shows. That's a sarcasm. And this says, Boko Haram, they kill people for listening, sit at home, order, call your people to order, and all of that.
All right, so going to YouTube now, Jeff says the people are not happy with the news. I don't know why you are abroad, but so happy that Southeast is now a no-go area. Chinedu Nnamdi says confused people everywhere. And then Chimeze Nature says it was killing before Simon Ekpa was joined. Please stop all this English. They said they were killing already in the Southeast before he.
Who caused that one? Who caused it?
Okay, and this Ifedayo from Egbeda says good evening, and it's a shame to the whole of Igbo that they cannot unite together for the man who is fighting for the cause of the land. He said, what stops the whole leaders and the Obas in Igbo lands? Can you remember how the Yoruba united together to make sure that Sunday Igboho was released? This is coming from a Yoruba man. He said, can't Igbo also do the same to their brothers who is in the prison of DSS that government is using him to play politics?
Mention any Igbo group or any Igbo leader that have not gone to Asorok to plead with Nnamdi Kanu with this. In what way did we not do what we're supposed to do? Mention.
Even the late Iwanya one, late Ifeanyi Uba, I think Uba visited him in prison last year.
What are you saying? Every time, what are you going to do? You want all of us to carry gun and cutlass and say, hey, Tinubu, you are the leader of today. Is that what they want? We have gone about this in a very simple manner. Yet they don't appreciate it.
All right,
in their own, when they want to go, they will carry, we are singing war song and all that. That's what they want to do. No, it's not our character. It's not in our character. We can't do that. Whenever they are tired of holding the Nnamdi, they will release him. We have done all we need to do. God and man knows that. What do you want us to do? How do you want us to do it? All the Igbo leaders of Hanese have gone to Asorok. From Buhari to Tinubu, they are pleaded. So what do you want us to do? Please, that man is talking. Tell us what to do. Tell us.
Even there was a time the Southeast National Assembly members also pleaded on his behalf.
So what do you want us to do? Tell us, please. We don't know what you are doing.
All right, moving on now.
Because your bread has been buttered, the answer you now feel that is here. If Tinubu did not come into office, would Buhari have released Showore or Sunday Igboho? Please talk another thing, Jerry.
All right, moving on. This is poverty, hardship, and hunger breeds crime. White man says when the poor is hungry, the rich cannot sleep. That's why crime rates are high in poor countries. And Precious, this is affirming, what you said there. And this says, I wonder why some people are still siding this government. Kenechiku from Festac says this. And this says, good evening, everyone. Please, Precious, don't mind that caller. If you give that man 1 million naira, he will join new terrorist group in the. Come on, no, this is on a lighter note. You people are not serious. It's on a lighter note. And this is Stanley from Osho. He says, good evening to you, Precious, Promise, and Barrister Darlington. Talking on hunger by reason of poverty. The Bible says in the book of Proverbs that when one steals to satisfy his hunger, he's not considered to be a thief.
Absolutely. That is, I told you that both the Holy Bible and the Holy Quran states it the same way.
Zakat is very important in Muslim religion.
The same way. But it is when you steal more than you can eat at that time that becomes stealing. But the act of taking what does not belong to you is not stealing, Barrister Darlington.
It is not.
So what led to that stealing that made you to go and collect food? Is it not hunger?
All right, this message says, Barrister Darlington, kindly keep away from the man talking about how Ekpa's boys killed people in the Southeast. He said because he doesn't have any proof to that. Oslo from White Sand, Lagos is saying this. Well, everyone is entitled to their opinion now, and it's left for them to prove.
All right, okay. Hello, good evening. Let's see if we can take some calls. Our phone lines are buzzing non-stop. Good evening, are you there? Oh, I took your calls and then you disappeared. Okay, all right. Hello, good evening. Hello.
My honorable Dr. Barrister Dalita, I greet you specially, sir.
Dayo.
Well done, sir.
How are you doing?
And our APC spokesman, our markets. Hope you're enjoying your government, Avin.
You're welcome. Thank you.
As usual. Oga Darlington.
Yes.
They said when a purpose of a thing is not known, abuse or misuse is inevitable. Now, look at what transpired in Lagos concerning the election that took place. Now, when they ought to arrest this non-state actor called MC Olomo, they didn't arrest him concerning what he said
and what he did,
and how he did not allow some certain group of people not to vote in Lagos. And now, when they said when you did not punish a crime, the crime will grow or it will escalate.
Exactly.
Now look at the court judgment that was given recently that he should MC Olomo should not enter into that. Now he has gone there now, and I'm sure nobody will arrest him. The police will turn the other side. They will say, well, since it's a guy that is in Abuja now, are we not in a lawless country?
You've started, Udayo. You have started.
Let's say it as it is.
All right, thank you. I appreciate
is it not bad?
I appreciate you.
No, wait, precious.
You've made your time now. It's almost 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes already. You've taken your time.
We are in a lawful country. We should lay a good example. If this government is said is a law.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
To add what they say, this is part of the reform. So tomorrow now, when I will tell you this, don't shut me down. These are part of the reform we are talking about. When you allow a non-state actor to disobey court order, what does that tell you, precious? If tomorrow now somebody take a cue from that MC Oluomana, what would you now say? No, look at it. You now go and arrest that person, and then leaving the person who even led the foundation for this. Is it fair? That is problem bringing there now. That problem is loaded because the other man may not agree at the end of the day. He won't agree.
Barris, I don't want us to dwell in this. I would have said, what would the judiciary do?
What would they do? They have given judgment. They have given judgment. It's left for the executive to implement it.
All right. Kerry from Switzerland, you're saying you're trying to call us and we're not taking our calls. I'm sorry about that.
Kerry, is this missing? Oh.
All right, Precious and Barrister Darlington, please give me Bible quotations. Make I go steal from my pastor and use it as a defense.
All right, then Yusi says, why is everywhere all about Simon Ekpa? A non-entity like him from abroad commands destruction in Nigeria, where there is government and a complete security apparatus. Does it show that our security guys are working? Barrister Darlington, how are you sure that the presence of Simon Ekpa in Nigeria will not cause even more destruction?
Let it
and then Andrew from
Iyanokpa
just says, arresting Simon Ekpa without fishing out his voice in the southeast will only make things worse in the southeast because those under him and even his second in command will take over from where he stopped inside this Nigeria. That's when you know that Nigerian military can work.
All right, Kenneth from Bangladesh says, good evening, Oyo, you promise. Somalicha Precious and the People's Barrister. Nigerians are hungry, the economy has crumbled. No thanks to APC. And you said for the fake drinks, a lot is happening. And even within some compounds and with high walls, people are manufacturing fake products.
And
NAFDAC and SON should wake up to their responsibilities. Nigeria should be careful about what we consume. Yeah, that's quite.
All right, so Precious and Barrister Darlington, the guy that called now doesn't know what he's saying because he cannot tell me that when someone is hungry, you did not see food, he will do anything that he won't do everything possible to ensure he eats food. And then he says, I'm happy today to hear that the news of Simon Ekpa, let them detain him very, very well over there because the guy is an evil man. That's what you said.
All right, Andrew from Iyanokpa just says, arresting Simon Ekpa without fishing out his boys in the southeast will only make things worse in the southeast because those under him and even his second in command would take over from where he stopped. Barrister, Maybe you're concluding thoughts.
So Barrister Darlington, sorry, one second, sir, please. As you're having your concluding thought, kindly bear in mind what the 10th person sending this message about how the North and the Southwest support their own, and how the Southeasterners don't support their own, like Simon Ekpa. So please have that in mind.
I want to tell you something, please.
Well, our time is up.
Good. Okay, it's good they are saying all this.
And this wasn't said by an Igbo person.
Or whoever, it doesn't matter. Precious.
Sir?
We are a special breed. We are the white man of Africa. We don't do all this nonsense they are doing. Tribal is not in our blood. Yeah, that's why we cannot support evil. When Ekpa happened here, you saw what I said here. When Ojus occurred, we saw what happened here. These other people who are playing tribal sentiment, look at where he left Nigeria. Pressure, look at where he left Nigeria. Azikiwe was all over the place campaigning for United Africa, One Nigeria and all that. He was not paying attention to the Igbos. Did we bother? I have told you here that we are the holding the peace and progress of Nigeria because of our character. Let somebody come and challenge me. We don't support evil. You are supporting one of your okay, with all your support, where are you now? Where are you? Has it moved forward? No. You can't change the character of the Igbo man. From your village, from your compound, we fish out the bad person there. It doesn't matter.
But is it benefiting the Igbos politically?
It is.
Is it benefiting them politically?
It is benefiting us. Leave it alone. It's benefiting us because when you support one evil, 20 or 30 will now begin to fester somewhere, and it will circulate the whole Nigeria. These Fulani killer herdsmen, if their kinsman have run them in, please be precious. Are we going to have what we are having today?
All right, thank you very much.
No, tell me.
Thank you.
Is it not ethnic support that is fueling all this that's going on today?
Thank you.
Learn from us. If you don't want to come here, let me teach you.
Thank you, Barrister Darlington. Well, Barrister Darlington said a lot more. He said a lot more, but because there's things he can't say here, he said it on YouTube at Precious NU TV. You can go watch it. And about this Simon Ekpa's case, so you could go watch that at Precious NU TV on YouTube. Precious ENYI TV on YouTube. Barrister Darlington, I appreciate you for being here. Thank you. My name is Precious NU. I'm your host for the show. I'll see you again tomorrow evening, God willing. I love you. Please protect your mental health. Please, I beg you. Times are hard. Please, don't take things too personally here. I love you. Both those who don't love me, I love you. Whether you agree or not, we die in this love together. I love you. Good night.
And I concur with you, Precious, on that mental health protection.
Yes,
it's very important. My name is Promise, and I'm Promising You Official on Instagram, on all the social media platforms. I'm just Promise. Good evening. Good night.